Hello, we are back with our book club reading 40 Secrets for the Single Woman. And today we're going to be reading the 9th secret. Let's go. We're going to be reading a little bit more today because last week we practically didn't even read. Who is the number one enemy for single women? Do you know? Hey, when are you getting a boyfriend? And you, when are you getting married? So you're going to be an auntie for life, huh? That pressure, though. The other day, I caught myself saying one of those to my youngest sister-in-law. How rude of me. It slipped out. I got mad at myself after I said that. Seriously, it's not easy to put up with comments like those. Family members and friends have no idea how much an innocent comment could take a person to such a critical state of anxiety that the person will end up making decisions which they could regret for the rest of their life. When you act upon that anxiety, you are acting on emotion, and the consequence surely will not be good. I have a friend that knows very well what that is. She was almost 30 when the pressure from her family began. It's those same little questions, and many times at a much higher level. Look at the biological clock. You are not getting any younger. And anxiety started to kick in. She started to worry a lot about her love life and forgot about the spiritual side. She stopped trusting in God and decided that she needed to resolve her life, since it seemed like God was not giving ears to what she would ask him. She started dating a guy, and in less than 6 months, they were already getting married. In 1 year, she was having her first baby. Then you stop and think, wow, she resolved the problem. Yeah, right. While she was pregnant, she found out that her husband was cheating on her with her best friend. When she confronted him, he decided to leave her. Okay, I don't even need to continue to tell you the rest of her unhappiness in order for you to perceive her big mistake. Friend, I know it's not easy to overcome anxiety, but it's possible. Don't let yourself be driven by comments or thoughts that the devil brings, because he works in your mind with that feeling called anxiety. Of course, you need to do your part, but you also need to trust in God. To look and wait for the right person is worth it. That I can assure you. Know one thing, anxiety is the number one enemy of single women. How to overcome it. So here comes the homework so that you can know how to overcome that anxiety and not to mess up like many have messed up. Many times you allow yourself to be driven. One moment can define all of your future. I know that, and I remember that because I got to that point where one day I perceived I am in the wrong path. I am with the wrong person. I was with the wrong person. In that time, Junior was the wrong person. And after, he became the right person. But if I would have let myself be driven by my anxieties, by the will of getting married, by, wanting to resolve right away that situation, I think I wouldn't even be here today. I wouldn't have been married anymore. I'm sure of that. I needed to trust in the Holy Spirit. I needed to put all of my anxieties upon him and all of my trust upon him. And I already have told you all, right, that in my prayer, speaking to God, I said, even if I have to be single for life, the Lord is going to be the one who's going to make me happy, because I'm not going to give myself to a person, to a marriage where the other part does not love the Lord, does not love my God, right? So then I did that prayer, and I was truly willing to do that. And God knows, right? I took all of my actions. I was even ready to leave, right? Because we lived in another country. And it's when he started changing. And thank God, I saw that God gave me a present that until today. So then back then, more than 27 years, because today we're married 27 years. And that was even before we got married 28 years ago, when I had to make that decision and truly say to him, look, we're not going to continue like this because we want different things. And of course, God was my base, and I couldn't be without my base, right? I couldn't be without him. So then I prioritized my God, and it was very difficult because you prioritize God on top of your heart. Your heart is screaming, your heart is wanting. It's not easy, but it's possible, right? I did that. And that's why I have this great pleasure to talk about my testimony to you all, because God gave me that. God gave me that so that I can testify to you all. We're 27 years together and very happy. So then we're going to give you some tips for you all so that you can know how to overcome that disgraceful anxiety. Let's go. First thing, if you want to be blessed in your love life, you need to do your part. Here is a list of things you need to do. Let's go. First thing, participate of the therapy of love. Every Thursday in the universal church closest to you. Why do I say this? I also don't lose the therapy. You know that our memory, it's very weak. There's even a verse in the Bible that one time I read that says like this: the human being, he needs to see his face in the mirror many times because easily he forgets. And it's true. Have you perceived that you always want to look in the mirror?
But like this, you just literally looked 1 minute ago, you saw yourself. You're in the shopping mall and then a mirror comes out and you're there looking.
You're always wanting to look. You're there getting ready and you're looking in the mirror at every minute. Why? Because we have that tendency of forgetting things. So then, as much as you have read the Bible 10 times, as much as you have heard something 10 times, and you're going to hear it again, perhaps you're in a phase completely different in your life. You're going to understand that in a different way. You're going to be able to, in that moment, apply that into your life. Or one day, when something happens, you're going to remember what the teachers of the therapy of love were teaching one day, a long time ago, in the therapy of love. So then, I super recommend all the youths, if you are single, all of you, the therapy, it gives you so many tips. Mrs. Chris and Bishop Renato, they talk about things that you're not explaining correctly, but the examples that they give of something that happened in the relationship, how they dealt with that there you are able to understand and you grow. Here, with a mentality, an emotional mentality for a relationship in a way that sometimes you don't even perceive. Sometimes don't you watch lives or you watch a word and you later on start thinking about those things. You're learning. You don't even perceive that you're learning. So then that's why it's so important. Don't lose out on the therapy of love. Do the therapy of love, okay? There's the tip, okay? That's the first. Now on to the second. Don't be silly. Always go fixed and well presented. And don't forget to put a mint in your bag. Always. I forgot about that. Because there's the moment for the single people that you should go to. It doesn't cost anything, right? Is it going to cost you something? No. It's free. So please. So let's continue. Third, be attentive. Because there are others there for the same reason as you. So make sure you look around. If no one comes up to you, don't give up nor be discouraged, but remain firm in that purpose. If you find someone, do not rush. Be sure to get to know his character well. And this is something that sometimes girls, they don't put into practice. You're already so given to him that you already fall in love. You already give up your heart. No, none of that. You cannot be like that. You can't be like that. You have to know that you, especially, you have the Holy Spirit. So then you need to be very careful with whom you are going to get involved with, so that you need to observe. You're not going to give up your heart. You're not going to just fall in love. The first encounter that you had, you're already in love. No, you need to know if he really is of God, because there are many people inside of church that they think sometimes they deceive themselves or they deceive others. They're trying to trick others, but they don't have the Holy Spirit. So then how am I going to know that? Nanda, it's when you talk to him, when you get to know him, when you perceive his actions, that he has his fidelity with God, with his word, that you're going to perceive with time. In a relationship, you're going to perceive, and even in a friendship, you are able to perceive the character of a person, right? So then it's very important that you don't just rush into things, that you don't give up your heart, on a tray for the first one that appears to you. That's why if you still don't have the Holy Spirit, then don't get into a relationship with anyone. Your focus, first of all, has to be the Holy Spirit, because when you have the Holy Spirit, then he is also going to help you in that choice, okay? And then the last one, avoid being idle, because it's during that time that the devil attacks with thoughts. Occupy your time. Participate of a group in the church. Occupy yourself with the things of God. Evangelizing and to make hospital visits are excellent examples. So sometimes you arrive Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you're there sad, because before when you had a boyfriend, Friday you were with him, Saturday also, and sometimes Sunday, and today you're single. What do you need to do? You need to occupy your time with the things of God. Go to church. Come help. Be part of a group. If you're not in a group already, if you're part of YPG, there's always work to do, okay, YPG? Including media, okay? Media, culture, sports. You need to be active in your project. Help, right? You being active, you're going to see that you're not going to be giving space for feelings, negative feelings and thoughts that the devil could come and bring to you, okay? Because you're there occupied with the things of God. So then I really recommend that. The next one. If it's possible, have friends. Go to the movies, dine out, go to the mall, or do things of the like. Of course. So then it's super important for you to have friends, right? But if you don't have, there's always that option that I gave a little while ago. Come to YPG and be part of a project that you're going to have a lot of things to occupy your time with. Take a course, yes. In the fight against anxiety and idleness, everything is worth it. If the problem is money, find something online and make an effort to learn. And the last tip, always have God in first place in your life. It's the last tip, but in reality, it's the most important. God always in first place in your life. Give priority to God. You occupy yourself with him, you seek him first, and that priority, it's also that which we spoke about, right? That for you not to seek a relationship with before not having the Holy Spirit. You to focus yourself on God. I'm going to leave everything aside, my love life aside, until I have the Holy Spirit. So then there, yes, you're prioritizing God in your relationship, in your life in general, okay? So then we stop here today, and next Sunday we're gonna come back with more book club online at the same time. Bye-bye.